Hey. We last saw each other here when I was just starting my exploration of graphite putty. My last video highlights the process that I used to complete these pieces, and you can check that video out here. After that, I started working toward developing my skills with this new medium by entering an art contest using these two self-portraits as my submissions. I managed to finish this piece just in time for the deadline, which also happened to be the same night my oldest brother died. I dedicated this piece to him. I felt lost. I couldn't find the motivation to continue creating, so I stopped watching art videos. I stopped going to the studio. I considered shutting everything down and settling into my full-time job, leaving my art pursuits behind. I think it goes without saying that this line of thinking did not last. But what brought me back was the single greatest moment of my art journey so far. Fast forward to March, and that's when I picked up my iPad and noodled around with a drawing that I decided to keep. But I wasn't ready to go back to the studio just yet. So I did what I always do when coming out of a dark place. I treated myself to a little makeover.
Okay, bye.
A little retail therapy and months of self-care later, I was ready to be back. It had been several months since I watched any art videos, but I remember the first art video that I watched was in April. A video titled "We've Been Keeping a Secret," posted by 1000, YouTube artist extraordinaire. In his video announcing an epic art collab, he also mentioned an equally epic meet and greet date. At a place within reasonable driving distance, there would be a group of insanely talented people from all over the world. But I'd never done anything like this. It felt spontaneous. I couldn't really afford it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it either. It was less than 3 weeks away at the time I watched the video. I spent 1 week telling myself I wasn't going to go, 1 week making plans to get there, and the last week making something special to mark the occasion. Hey, welcome back to the studio. Today's Wednesday, May 1st, and in sync and stuff. Okay, anyway, so last time you saw me here, I was working on this project where I'm creating a portrait of 11 people, all on one page, and what was that, Monday? So Monday I finished 6. I took this home yesterday and kind of just sketched at home. So I finished the other 5 portraits and, sketches, and now I'm just cleaning them up, trying to get them to look as closely as possible. Trying to get them to resemble the people as closely as possible before I go in and start trying to render it with the graphite putty. And yeah, that's where we are. So checking in once again, touched up the sketch as much as I can stand it. There's still a few faces here that aren't quite what I want them to be, but I am running out of time. I just spent the last 30 minutes or so erasing the grid lines to the best of my ability, and now it is time to grab the graphite putty and make stuff happen. So let's do it.
open until 12. It's 11:30. I'm a little bit concerned, but I should be able to wait 30 more minutes to pee. I should be fine. So, anyway, we made it. Yay. I can't believe I'm here by myself. Crazy.
You did this? No way! What's your name?
Amanda.
This is so good, right?
Thank you. Hi.
Oh my god! Is this yours?
Yes.
Look at that.
So I just got home like 25 minutes ago, and I'm just sitting here in disbelief that I just drove 10 hours, not straight, but you know, there and back, 10 hours. Just the experience of going was phenomenal, and I'll talk more about it when I'm not dead inside, but I just had to, I actually did it. I went through with it. Like, but I'm so glad I did it. Okay, I gotta eat. I gotta go to bed because I'm tired. You guys, okay, I'm a lot better at writing how I feel than I am at saying it, especially in situations where something unexpected is happening. And something unexpected happened when I showed my art to people that I've looked up to and admired for years. They saw me. I was so shook. My heart was racing. 1000 asked me what my Instagram was, and I think I fumbled out something marginally close to my name. I don't even know. But listen, even if I was a little awkward and a little unsure of myself, I was there. And their reaction was so unexpected and so much more than I could have ever hoped for. I could barely get the words out, but they were all extremely kind, and meeting them and having them sign this will without a doubt remain on my mental highlight reel as the greatest moment of my art journey so far. So my intention with this piece was never just for my own personal benefit. Going into this project, I knew I wanted to share the piece with the people who inspired it. So, after getting permission, I made 11 prints and sent them as a gift for each of the artists portrayed. Right after the event, I rush ordered some prints, but when they arrived, they were horrible. Oh god. Alright, start here, unpack it, sick. Step 1's done. So the day before I needed to ship these out, I went out and bought a printer, then had to learn how to use it. Oh, why is it purple? I don't want to touch it. So, finally, it's looking pretty much exactly like my drawing. Thank God. It took forever to get to this moment. There's stuff everywhere. So eventually I got it all figured out, and as soon as they came out of that printer van, they went into a sleeve, and then I packed all of them up and sent them on their way to homes across the globe. My latest collection of prints is now available on my shop, so you can head over to asylum.com if you are interested in supporting what I do on this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. But this is an ever-developing story. So, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I look forward to the next time that we meet. It's good to be back.